Yeah, they had a great run, and it's fun to watch. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa. Caitlin Clark play about the same last year, so I was watching a lot of basketball.
In a move that has rocked the basketball world to its core, the Indiana Fever made a coaching change no one saw coming. Stephanie White, the seasoned leader who had once guided the team to glory, was suddenly out. And in her place steps none other than Larry Bird, an icon whose name alone sends shivers through sports history. Caitlin Clark, the WNBA's brightest star, was left utterly speechless. But what could have prompted such a jaw-dropping shakeup? Here's the story behind this shocking twist, the shock announcement that stunned the basketball world. It was a moment nobody could have predicted. Not the media, not the loyal fans filling Gainbridge Fieldhouse, and certainly not even the most seasoned basketball analysts. The arena buzzed with the usual energy of anticipation, but the second Caitlin Clark approached the microphone, everything changed. A hush fell over the crowd, as if the heartbeat of every spectator had suddenly stopped, suspended in a collective pause. All eyes were on her, every camera lens focused, every ear straining to catch her words. And then she spoke. Words so straightforward yet so explosive, they immediately sent shockwaves through the basketball world. The Indiana Fever had a new head coach. But this wasn't just any hire. It was someone utterly unexpected, someone whose very presence promised to turn everything fans thought they knew about the WNBA on its head. This was no ordinary announcement. It wasn't just a simple team update or a routine organizational change. This was a seismic shift with far-reaching implications, an event that could alter the very fabric of women's professional basketball. The implications were staggering. Suddenly, the traditional boundaries of player influence, organizational decision-making, and strategic leadership were being rewritten in real time. Caitlin Clark, already a phenomenon both on and off the court, had taken the reins in more ways than one, positioning herself as a central force capable of shaping the future of the franchise. Questions began to cascade almost immediately, racing through sports media networks, social media feeds, and locker room conversations alike. How did this legendary figure come to be linked with the Fever? What private discussions, clandestine negotiations, and behind-the-scenes maneuvers had paved the way for this historic moment? Could this partnership, so unlikely on paper, yet undeniably thrilling in reality, change the trajectory of not just the team, but the league itself? And what did it mean for the next generation of WNBA stars, coaches, and fans who were witnessing history unfold before their eyes? The energy in the arena mirrored the energy online. Analysts scrambled to understand the move, sports journalists raced to get expert commentary, and fans debated the possibilities with feverish intensity. Every tweet, every post, every article seemed to echo the same sentiment. Something extraordinary had just occurred, and the ripple effects would be felt for years to come. The stage was set for a new era, a collision of talent, strategy, and star power that had the potential to redefine what success looks like in women's professional sports. In that moment, Caitlin Clark wasn't just a player announcing a coaching change. She was a catalyst for transformation, a spark igniting a fire of curiosity, speculation, and excitement. The Indiana Fever had not merely named a new head coach. They had opened the door to an unprecedented chapter in the WNBA, one where boundaries are pushed, conventions are challenged, and the future is filled with infinite possibilities. Caitlin Clark's shocking announcement marks the dawn of a new WNBA era. But who is she to make such a daring declaration? Let's uncover the remarkable journey of the rookie who turned the Indiana Fever into both a cultural sensation and a commercial powerhouse. More than a player, a cultural force. Caitlin Clark's impact reaches far beyond the hardwood, transforming the Indiana Fever in ways few players have ever achieved in their careers. From the moment she stepped onto the court as a rookie, Clark didn't just play basketball. She redefined what it meant to be a game changer in professional sports. In a single season, she turned a franchise that had long struggled into one of the most electrifying teams in the WNBA. The Fever, previously seen as just another team fighting for relevance, suddenly became the league's hottest ticket, drawing fans from near and far to witness Clark's brilliance firsthand. Attendance at Gainbridge Fieldhouse skyrocketed, with season ticket sales climbing by more than 400%. The arena, once a venue that often felt half-empty, transformed into a fortress of energy, buzzing with fans eager to witness Clark's every move. But the transformation didn't stop there. Corporate sponsors and brand partnerships, long searching for the right ambassador to ignite their campaigns, flocked to the Fever, recognizing that Clark's presence alone could elevate their visibility and impact. From local businesses to national brands, everyone wanted a piece of this emerging star's orbit, and the team's financial and commercial profile rose alongside her on-court dominance. Social media amplified her influence even further. Clark's every highlight, assist, and clutch shot resonated across platforms, capturing the attention of casual fans and seasoned analysts alike. Mainstream media coverage followed, with feature stories, interviews, and televised segments celebrating not just her athletic achievements, but her personality, charisma, and leadership. In a matter of months, she became more than a rookie sensation. She became a cultural phenomenon, the kind of figure whose influence extends far beyond basketball. What truly sets Clark apart, however, is the unprecedented degree of control and influence she holds within the organization itself. Her star power has given her a voice in major decisions, including pivotal choices about coaching and team strategy, decisions typically reserved for executives or long-tenured management. The Fever are no longer simply a basketball team striving for wins. They have become an extension of Clark's vision, a platform through which her strategic insight, marketability, and leadership converge to shape the franchise's future. This rare combination of athletic brilliance and organizational influence is almost unparalleled in professional sports. Clark's ability to command attention, inspire fans, and impact operational decisions positions her not only as the face of the Fever, but also as a guiding force capable of redefining the team's identity. She is not merely playing the game, she is rewriting the rules, merging the worlds of sport, culture, and commerce into a single, compelling narrative. Caitlin Clark has transformed the Indiana Fever from a struggling franchise into a powerhouse of influence, both on and off the court, leaving an indelible mark that few rookies could ever dream of achieving. Caitlin Clark's brilliance goes beyond basketball. It's a cultural phenomenon. But has her full potential been unleashed? Has her coaching truly matched her extraordinary talent? Now, let's uncover why Stephanie White's coaching style clashes with Clark's game and fuels tension in Indiana. Caitlin Clark speaks out. For many, Stephanie White is respected as a solid basketball coach, but when it comes to guiding Caitlin Clark, some argue she simply isn't the right fit. This isn't a critique of White's coaching credentials. She's clearly accomplished. But there's a growing sentiment that her approach may clash with Clark's natural style of play. To understand why, consider Clark's own reflections during a podcast discussion with Sue Bird, where she openly discussed the challenges of playing under White's system. Clark highlighted that while she's performed at elite levels, posting 32 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds in one game, she sometimes faced restrictions that slowed her impact. In one notable matchup against New York, Clark felt her instinct-driven style was stifled, particularly when asked to make safe plays rather than the high IQ, aggressive moves she thrives on. She recalled instances when she nearly achieved a triple-double, yet was held back or subtly criticized for taking calculated risks that could have extended her team's lead or energized the crowd. One example she gave was during a close fourth quarter, where she committed a turnover but was immediately benched for what White deemed a learning moment. Clark explained that these teaching moments often undermined her natural flow, which thrives on instinctive decisions and momentum-driven play. For her, basketball isn't about minimizing mistakes. It's about maximizing opportunities, taking smart risks, and trusting her abilities in real time. Clark also expressed frustration with White's tendency to slow the game down in critical moments. In games where the Fever held a comfortable lead, White's strategy often leaned toward clock management instead of exploiting open opportunities for high-percentage baskets. Clark argued that her team missed chances to secure easier points, as White's caution sometimes prevented her from executing instinctual passes to open teammates like Kelsey Mitchell or Sophie Cunningham. The result, Clark suggested, was a more boring style of play that didn't fully capitalize on her talent or excite fans. The core of the issue, Clark believes, is that White attempts to mold her into a player she isn't. According to Clark, White envisions her playing like Paige Buchers, a fundamentally different athlete with a more reserved approach. Clark, a generational talent with a fearless mentality, thrives on improvisation, creative decision-making, and aggressive playmaking. Trying to transform her into someone she isn't diminishes her strengths and disrupts the natural chemistry she brings to the floor. Ultimately, this tension highlights the delicate balance between coaching strategy and player instinct. While White is undeniably skilled, Clark's comments suggest that true greatness in basketball often requires allowing elite players the freedom to play their way. For Caitlin Clark, the lesson is clear. Her game flourishes when she's trusted to operate at her full, instinctive potential, a lesson that underscores why coaching alignment is just as crucial as talent on the roster. Caitlin Clark shines brightest when set free, unbound by cautious coaching. But who truly has the insight and vision to harness her full potential? And whose legendary legacy equips him to take on such a bold challenge? Let's delve into the details. Indiana's basketball icon steps in. When you hear the name Larry Bird, basketball greatness instantly comes to mind. Few athletes have left as indelible a mark on the sport, and Bird's legacy stretches far beyond the hardwood. With 3 NBA championships, 3 Most Valuable Player awards, 12 All-Star selections, and decades of experience as both a coach and executive, Bird is not just a basketball icon. He is a living embodiment of excellence, strategy, and leadership in the game. His influence is felt at every level, from players he inspired on the court to the organizations he has helped shape from the front office. Bird's story is inseparable from the state of Indiana, a place that shaped him as much as he shaped it. Growing up in the small town of French Lick, he developed the work ethic, vision, and relentless competitiveness that would define his career. From there, his journey to Indiana State University became the stuff of legend. Bird's senior year culminated in the unforgettable 1979 NCAA championship game against Magic Johnson, a game still remembered as one of the most electrifying matchups in college basketball history. That moment not only cemented Bird's place in the annals of basketball lore, but also symbolized the start of a career defined by precision, intelligence, and clutch performances. After his playing days, Bird transitioned seamlessly into coaching and executive roles, continuing to leave his mark on the sport. He led the Indiana Pacers to consecutive Eastern Conference Finals appearances and used his keen basketball mind to help craft long-term strategies that positioned the franchise for sustained success. Bird's ability to read the game, manage talent, and cultivate winning cultures earned him respect not just from players, but from peers, fans, and analysts across the basketball world. Now, for the first time, Larry Bird's unmatched expertise could find a new arena, one many might never have imagined: the WNBA. The Indiana Fever, a franchise poised on the edge of transformation, could stand to benefit immensely from his presence. Bird's strategic brilliance, leadership experience, and mentorship skills bring more than just coaching savvy. They carry the promise of reshaping a team, a league, and the perception of women's professional basketball itself. His involvement isn't just symbolic, It represents a bridge between generations, a blending of historic knowledge with contemporary talent, and an unprecedented opportunity to elevate the Fever to heights previously thought unattainable. In the hands of someone like Larry Bird, the Fever gain more than a coach. They gain a legendary mind, a trusted leader, and a guiding force capable of inspiring players, thrilling fans, and redefining what it means to compete in the modern WNBA. The potential impact of this partnership is immense, and its implications could ripple across the league, changing expectations, strategies, and standards of excellence. Larry Bird in the WNBA is not just news, it's a new chapter in basketball history waiting to be written. Larry Bird's legendary expertise could redefine the Fever and the WNBA itself. But what will his partnership with Caitlin Clark truly unleash? How far will their impact extend beyond the court? Let's explore how this groundbreaking alliance is set to transform the Indiana Fever and reshape the future of women's basketball. Larry Bird and Caitlin Clark. The possible collaboration between Larry Bird and Caitlin Clark isn't merely another coaching appointment. It signals a bold, unprecedented transformation for the Indiana Fever, one that could redefine the very identity of the team. On the court, this dynamic pairing promises to reshape everything: how the Fever play, how their athletes evolve, and how every single game is approached. Bird brings a treasure trove of basketball wisdom, decades of experience, and a near-mythical understanding of strategy and fundamentals. He has built champions, molded talent, and left a mark on the sport that few can rival. When this expertise meets Clark's extraordinary gifts, her sharp court vision, her scoring prowess, her ability to orchestrate the flow of a game, and her natural leadership, the result could be nothing short of revolutionary. Every practice would become a masterclass. Every play could be executed with a new level of intelligence, creativity, and intensity that fans have rarely seen. Yet the impact of this partnership extends far beyond the hardwood. Off the court, the consequences could ripple across the sporting world and beyond. Media coverage would soar to unprecedented heights. National broadcasts, social media, and print journalism would all converge on the Fever, eager to document this historic collaboration. Every game, highlight, and story would capture the imagination of basketball fans everywhere, drawing attention not just to the team, but to the WNBA as a whole. Corporate sponsors, recognizing the vast potential, would rush to align with the Fever, bringing opportunities for partnerships, promotions, and investments at levels previously unimaginable. Ticket sales would climb, arenas would overflow, and fan engagement, both in person and online, could reach heights the league has never witnessed. This isn't just a spark of immediate excitement, it is a chance for lasting growth and influence. The Fever could harness this historic moment to develop enduring programs in player development, youth training, and community outreach. By positioning themselves as more than just a team that competes on the court, they could become a symbol of culture, innovation, and leadership in women's sports. They could inspire a generation of young athletes, showing them that women's basketball isn't just a game, it's a platform for influence, empowerment, and positive change. The union of Bird and Clark represents the convergence of legend and modern brilliance. Bird's unmatched mentorship combined with Clark's energy, skill, and charisma could transform the Fever into more than a winning team. They could become a beacon of possibility and imagination for the entire sports world. This isn't simply coaching, it's a statement. It's a bold, transformative moment poised to redefine leadership, competition, and inspiration in women's professional basketball. The Indiana Fever are no longer just a franchise. They are on the brink of becoming a symbol of innovation, excellence, and the bright, promising future of the WNBA. Together, Bird and Clark have the potential to redefine not just the Fever, but the future of the entire WNBA. Could their influence extend beyond the league itself? Let's explore how Larry Bird and Caitlin Clark are reshaping the landscape of women's basketball for generations to come. redefining women's professional basketball. This daring and unprecedented decision has the power to completely transform the WNBA and ripple across the wider world of women's professional sports. Bringing a figure like Larry Bird into the mix is not just a headline. It is a statement that breaks through conventional expectations. It says that coaching, mentorship, and leadership from legendary figures are not bound by gender, and that their knowledge and insight can lift the game to extraordinary heights. Bird's involvement goes far beyond symbolism. It gives the Indiana Fever access to decades of basketball wisdom, strategic mastery, and a competitive edge that few teams in any league could ever hope to achieve. His presence sends a clear message. Greatness in sports transcends divisions, proving that experience, innovation, and sheer brilliance know no gender. Equally transformative is Caitlin Clark, whose impact stretches far beyond her dazzling performances on the court. Clark has already become a cultural and athletic force, turning the Fever into a franchise that demands attention at every level. Her voice, vision, and influence now carry weight in shaping decisions once unimaginable for a player of any age. Clark is not just a star player, she is a catalyst, a driving force capable of reshaping the organization from the inside out. Together, Clark and Bird represent a rare and powerful convergence. History meeting modernity, raw talent blending with seasoned expertise, athletic excellence intersecting with commercial opportunity. Their partnership is an audacious experiment, one that challenges traditional hierarchies and reimagines what a WNBA team can achieve when boldness and innovation take center stage. The impact of this alliance will be felt far beyond the hardwood. Fans, media, and sponsors will be drawn in, captivated not only by the star power, but by the promise of a fresh, transformative approach to basketball. Television ratings could skyrocket. Social media chatter is poised to reach new heights, and corporate partnerships may flourish like never before. Each game has the potential to become a must-watch spectacle, a stage for strategic brilliance, exceptional athleticism, and forward-thinking leadership. This is not merely a basketball team. It is a cultural movement, blending performance, business, and community engagement in a way rarely seen before. The ripple effect may extend throughout the WNBA as other teams observe, learn, and possibly emulate this bold approach to leadership, strategy, and player empowerment. The Fever have moved beyond being just participants in the league. They are pioneers and trailblazers, showing what the future of women's professional basketball can look like. With Clark and Bird at the helm, the team isn't just chasing victories on the scoreboard. They are redefining the very possibilities of the league, setting a precedent that could inspire generations of players, coaches, and executives to dream bigger, reach higher, and challenge the status quo. The Indiana Fever have ushered in a new era, an era where history, talent, ambition, and strategy collide, and the future of women's professional basketball begins to take shape before our very eyes. What do you think about Caitlin's reaction to Stephanie being replaced by Larry? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.